Agenda Peace is a crazy community with many different opinions within it. Sometimes amongst these agendas, unnecessary slander comes out of certain fan bases, and Wano was an arc that had agendas going crazy, and amongst them came the disrespect of Ryugyoku Aramaki, aka Greenbull. What's up guys, my name is Verdix, and today I'm going to be discussing why the Greenbull disrespect needs to stop. If you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe. I make quality videos like this weekly, you won't want to miss. The reveal of Greenbull was one that at first proved he was a real threat and belonged with the Admiral title. From no different king and queen who both had a weak as well as their Zoan powers to help them recover. Even if you think they aren't close to their full strength, Greenbull verbatim calls them bozos and says he would lose his reputation if he let them even lay a finger on him, showing he easily eclipses the YC1 level fighters. Even later in Wano, he no-diffs the Scabbards, Momonosuke, and Yamato. Throughout this scuffle, we see Greenbull is a smart and capable fighter, as he is immune to fire despite being a woodsman. He is also capable of taking strong hits such as a blast breath from Momonosuke that doesn't even put him down and he can regenerate from, and takes Yamato's strike very well even while having his defenses down since this attack was off guard. Yamato even admits they need the help of Luffy to take on a guy like Greenbull. The same Yamato that felt comfortable enough to stall Kaido is asking for Luffy's help during this fight. She also has his club and excellent hockey, Greenbull remarks on, yet he took this attack arguably better than Kaido did here, even when being off-guarded. Even after Wano, he captures Weevil, who is Whitebeard's son and stated to have relative strength to him in his youth. Now, what version of youth Oda is describing here is unknown, but we can at least understand Weevil is a very strong fighter that could be wanked to a very high amount. Yet that same man is easily captured and taken to Impel down by Greenbull. He has the capabilities to easily put YC1 level fighters down, counters fire attacks, regenerates, endures strong hockey attacks, and has decent hockey himself, as well as an insanely strong Devil Fruit. What comes to mind when people think of Greenbull that makes them ignore all his feats is when Shanks arrives. Now yes, Shanks is very strong and I have him above Greenbull, but he didn't run just because of Shanks alone, and this is something never mentioned when slandering this man. Shanks is a capable and tough opponent on his own, but Greenbull arrived to Wano specifically to take out and capture Luffy. He already has to deal with the Scabbards, Momonosuke, and Yamato, but in order to get to Luffy and fight him, he would have had to take on the Straw Hats, including Luffy, Law, Kid, and Marco. Yet even with this knowledge, still was willing to go after Luffy. Yet when the red-haired pirates arrive is when Greenbull realizes this is too much. You guys have to understand, if Greenbull doesn't go away, he's done for, and he knows that, as he would have to take on two Yonkos, their crews, Law, Kid, Marco, Yamato, Momo, and the Scabbards. This essentially is a 40v1 that any top tier wouldn't win against. The fact Greenbull is criticized for doing something smart is ridiculous. He wasn't scared of Shanks even when feeling his hockey. He even acknowledges the red-haired pirates as a whole, not just Shanks. Yet people love to shit on Greenbull for this and call him a track star when he did the acceptable thing. When in reality, we should be giving him credit for no-diffing king and queen while calling them bozos, no-diffing the Scabbards, overpowering Yamato and Momo with the Scabbards' help, and showing he is a well-capable fighter and was willing to take a fight on Yonko's crew with very strong support at their side. I mean, Kizaru was also willing to go confront both Big Mom and Kaido, so I don't see it as that crazy of a statement. And as for his statement that he wouldn't come to Wano because of Kaido, you guys forget how much politics are involved within the One Piece world. The four Yonko at the start of the time skip were easy for the Marines to manage. Kaido was a drunk that wanted to die, Big Mom stayed in her room eating candy all day, Blackbeard took out a lot of their enemies, and Shanks just chills. It is very easy to follow their movements, and on top of this, don't have to worry about them finding the One Piece or going out doing something the Marines need to stop. In this case, Kaido kept other pirates from trying to take over Wano and didn't do anything the Marines had to worry about. I mean, the guy was actively looking to die. I don't see why the government would want someone else in that position they now have to constantly watch over and fight with. His actual feats in Wano are very underlooked because of a moment that is taken well out of context. Even after Wano, he shows he still is a top tier fighter at the Admiral Yonko level tier. During the revelry, Sabo and a few good men would infiltrate Mary Geoise to take back Kuma and maybe even some vital information. For the longest time, we never saw what happened with this, but we did see that Fujitora exited this needing bandages, and for the longest, people assumed this was Sabo's doing. But during that time, they used this to hype up Sabo to insane feats while ignoring his other mediocre ones. But when it was revealed that it was Greenbull, you'd expect him to get the same treatment Sabo did, correct? But no, people just ignored this and gave zero credit to him whatsoever. And since I know some of you watching were doing just that, tell me right here, why did Sabo get labeled above Fujitora and put into crazy levels, but when it's revealed to actually be Greenbull that did all that, you guys just look the other way and give no credit to him whatsoever? It's because it's favoritism, isn't it? Because of your guy's bias to Sabo, when he supposedly did damage to Fujitora, glaze of all kinds headed his way. But the moment you guys are told it was Greenbull, that hype disappears and seemingly never existed. So one thing you guys should leave this video with is Greenbull slander is very based on biases and not actual logic. This is honestly something done with a lot of the admirals. The community has a problem with it, to be honest. Greenbull, even after fighting and giving Fujitora wounds, looked just fine and headed right over to Wano where he did all those things I mentioned earlier. And if this was any other character doing this, you best believe they are getting hyped up insanely. But when it's an admiral, especially Greenbull, you guys disrespect him and turn so many blind eyes. So now that someone has actually called y'all out for it, I think you guys know to stop the Greenbull disrespect. Well, that's it for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you did. Shout out to Tiberius for the thumbnail. He makes quality thumbnails, and if you would like some of your own, his links will be in the description, as well as my Twitter @verdicts_ for more of my takes. Leave a like and comment any video ideas you guys would like to see in the future. And without further ado, you guys can get out of here.